welcome to the MessInShow podcast. I am the host that loves to keep it gross, Messy Gravis, and I am here in my studio, Outhouse X, recording to you live again on this weekend. Hope you guys had a good weekend. It's winding down. It's Sunday, time to relax and rehydrate. I noticed my brother, he went to the Judas Priest concert, which I saw pictures of that and stuff. And man, I don't think I saw, I saw Judas Priest one Ozfest. Which one was that? I think it was '04, where it was Rob Halford filled in for Ozzy, I think it was. Or was it Iron Maiden? I don't know. I get stoned all the time and stuff. But yeah, again, this is the MessInShow podcast. I'm coming to you live from the Outhouse studio. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm trying out this new camera, this new one. I'm checking it out, see how good it is, see if it was worth the money that I spent for it. It's funny because I got a Canon camera, and then I got this through Amazon, and you notice on the top of it said Canon. It says just camera, but it looks like a Canon camera, and it was really light though. Like I've noticed that too. Like the lighter stuff is, the more it is, the cheaper it is, I guess you would say. Yeah, because like the heavier it is, the more expensive it is. I learned that from Jurassic Park. Remember that scene where the lawyer goes in the back of the truck and the girl, it's the boy, pulls out the goggles and he's like zooming in. He goes, "Oh, those are cool." And he's like, "Oh yeah, or I can't remember how he does it. Because are they heavy?" He goes, "Yes." He goes, "Well, they're expensive. Put them back." And I don't know. Since I was a kid and I saw that movie, I always associated everything that is heavy, expensive. So that makes sense. So all my heavy metal bands, they charge more per ticket because they're so fucking heavy. You know what I mean? And speaking of heavy, man, Pacers basketball, baby. Yeah, we fucking we did it again. We beat the Milwaukee Bucks. We did it again too when God damn it, we did that city tournament. Remember that where we beat the Bucks then? So I knew we beat them before. So it's kind of nice that we can do it again. That's what I like about it. And I'm getting everything set up. I got Master Hunter coming over today. We're going to be recording some drums. Hopefully, I think they said they're going to bring because I have recording equipment, but I don't have drum mics. Like I don't have all the equipment to record all the mic or all the drums, and I don't have the hard drive, the space to store it. So I can't really do that there. That's why I was telling James, Zach will feel comfortable. My drummer, he will feel comfortable playing over here, but I don't have the storage or the mics to record, which kind of sucks. I'm kind of working on that, but I don't know. I like just doing the podcasting and stuff. That makes me feel. I like here sitting here and talking to you guys who love my lovely fan base. I heard that is like 2 people, which I love. There was one thing I remember seeing that baby reindeer. Speaking of comedians, struggling comedians and stuff, I noticed that baby reindeer. That was a crazy movie or a TV show that I've seen so far. And it starts off like this is just it's a British movie, which I can't stand British movies anymore, man. I think the last good British movie that I liked was Shaun of the Dead. That was like that You Got Red on You, and I don't know why, but that, or no, I would say Hitchhiker's. Is Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, is that considered a British movie? I guess, even though what's his name, Q-Tip, whatever his name is, Tip or Q, I can't remember his name, the rapper guy. That with the towel and stuff, he speaks English pretty good, but he has a British accent though, I think too. Weird. Now I think about it, that is a British movie. Whoa. So that's the last one I liked. And but I was watching that on Netflix and shit. Netflix is killing the game, dude. I'm telling you, like Monday Night Raw is going to be coming to Netflix and stuff. That's going to be even killer because now they can do whatever the hell they want, like the Attitude Era. It's no longer restricted. I mean, they have a chairman and stuff, and they have to, do a board. But like Netflix, you can get away with way more shit on Netflix than you can anywhere else. That's gonna be the shit. Like, just imagine like tuning in for Netflix to watch fucking the final boss, The Rock. That's just, and then you can watch Jumanji because it'll be like other movies you might like with The Rock underneath it and shit. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Which I love what he's doing, man, right now, with the wrestling and stuff. And speaking of that, there's shit to Vince McMahon. I noticed that I read that the other day where that woman that came out with the charges and stuff, saying that, he was pooping, peeing on her and shit, and he has all the dildos with all the wrestling figures, like Andre the Giant, and he has names for him. Well, apparently it turns out that she was a lying cunt. Apparently she was like obsessed with Vince McMahon, was in love with him, and he turned her down, of course, because he's a loving husband to Linda McMahon. He's been loyal and faithful. And he turned her down, and she went psycho, made up this story that, Laurinaitis and all them stuff made it up. And I guess she just waited for the perfect time until she was getting, but that doesn't explain the non-disclosures, that Vince McMahon put out, for her to, he paid her off because even though he knew it wasn't true, then why would he pay her off? I don't get it. Unless he just knew that it would tear him down no matter what people were thinking, no matter what people would say, that, they would always come back down. Oh, he shit on that girl. Which I kind of hope it's not true, but at the same time, I kind of hope it's true. I kind of hope that Vince McMahon was out there shitting on bitches, being the man. High-fiving Laurinaitis in the Eiffel Tower with feces. Like they high-five and the feces goes through their fingers and shit. Like kind of like Blood Brothers, but with like feces brothers. That'd be kind of cool. And they just lock eyes, loving at each other while they're slowly penetrating the same vagina and butthole at the same time. Yeah, that's gross. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like Triple H is killing it right now, with the WWE. So I don't know what they would do. I don't know. Vince McMahon's image is just tarnished so much that there's no way they can let him back in. There's no way. There's no effing way. But speaking of sports, entertainment, I was entertained Thursday night where I watched my Pacers. They beat the Milwaukee Bucks. I was like, what was it? The Pacers were number 6 seed, and the Bucks were the number 3 seed coming out of Milwaukee, which Alice Cooper, of course, Wayne's World. Does this guy know how to party or what? Shit like that. And man, I hope this audio does good. I'm gonna have to mess with this audio because I keep on hearing something distorting, and digital distortion sucks dick. I mean, major dick. But anyway, I was watching the Pacers play, and God, it was such a good game. Because it was a blowout, of course. I think the final score was like 103 to 80. I don't know, 78, 6. I can't remember. It was a blowout. I know we were up by a lot of points. And I remember sitting there watching it, and I'm like, man, I'm just hoping that no one will start a fight. Because Ron Artest was in the audience too, or Meta World Peace, and he was having these flashbacks. It's like that was the last time. Like this team is young, but I don't think they're gonna. I think Denver is gonna repeat. The Joker is just killing people right now. There's no way you can stop him. Like it doesn't even look like he's actually trying to play, but like he dribble all slow and shit. And he just slowly spins, and you think he's gonna dunk it sometime, and he just throws it up. And then he gets offensive boards like crazy, man. I've never seen anyone get that many offensive rebounds. That's just crazy to me. But I love watching the Pacers win. I love watching the Colts win. And Pacers were dominating. We were just killing it. Miles Turner doing it. Tyrese Halliburton hitting them threes, which I still think he has the weirdest jump shot. Like it looks like he like stops midway when he jumps. Because there's not really not a spring, and it's like kind of like he like flips it. It's kind of like that. But man, he makes it every fucking time that he wants to. In a good moment and shit like that. And that's what I'm saying. That's the only way to keep up in the NBA nowadays is you have to have, a good 3-point shooting. Like the Splash Brothers and shit like that. You have to have a lot of threes. If you don't shoot threes, you're not winning a championship nowadays. And Steph Curry just proved that, beating LeBron James and everything. Like LeBron James was the man, and here comes Steph Curry and the Splash Brothers just draining them three. Dirk Nowitzki that beat LeBron James. Like he was good at threes, but Dirk's on a different playing field, man. Like Dirk, like he would make the most difficult shots I've ever seen anybody try to shoot. Like he was so fucking good. I love watching Dirk Nowitzki against the Miami Heat and LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. And that's another thing. I think Dwayne Wade is better than LeBron James. Go ahead. There, I said it. Dwayne Wade, because he won a ring before LeBron. He won a ring with Shaquille O'Neal before LeBron, and then he was, Dwayne Wade needed some more help because Michael had Pippen. So, but the reason that LeBron doesn't have anybody because he's not loyal. If he was more loyal, he'd probably have someone that would follow him from team to team to team. Like, that's what I thought Kyrie Irving was going to do for a little bit. I was like, if Kyrie Irving would have just stuck with him for a little bit, I think that could have been his little Isaiah Thomas. Imagine that, his little Isaiah Thomas to LeBron James. That'd be cool as shit. You got a little short little guard, little fast dude, and then all of a sudden you got this dude just dunking it. Because LeBron's good. He can play every position. Like, he's good player, but man, he doesn't have that killer instinct like Michael Jordan had. Like Michael Jordan, he never lost a finals game ever. Which I love that. That shit's crazy. And just when he played in the finals, he knew it. He knew it that the world was watching. Like LeBron James, I don't think he knows that how many people, especially in the era that he lives in with social media and everything. Everybody has a phone, everybody has a camera, everybody's online. Like me, I got my own fucking podcast. I'm just here in my living room, just getting high and talking shit into a camera. Like everyone has their own voice now, and he, of all fucking people, should know that you're going to be scrutinized. You're going to be this. You got to have that killer instinct 24/7. You can't break kayfabe. And that's what I liked about Michael Jordan. It was granted, it was easier for Michael Jordan to stay in kayfabe because there wasn't that much internet. There wasn't that much shit, for them to follow. But I like LeBron because I like it because he can play every position. Like, he can be your center. He can be whatever you want. That's what I like. He can be anything you want. He can be your center. He can be your power forward. He can be your guard. Magic Johnson was like that too. So I would say it's like Magic Johnson, but like a scoring title. Because even Magic Johnson, he was the king of passing the ball. He loved passing. I remember that, watching him do behind the back. I remember Larry Bird and all them when they would play against each other. And Larry Bird, after Magic Johnson retired and stuff, like, it wasn't the same for Larry Bird. I remember him talking about that. And he was just like, yeah, man, like, it's just not the same, without Magic Johnson out there. And I was like, God, man, for all the rivalry and shit like that, man, they really loved each other. Which, what if it came out that Larry Bird was gay? Would people view him differently? Because he's a hick from Indiana, and he all of a sudden, he likes to be gay, or he was gay. I don't think that would change anybody's idea, But a lot of people would think of him differently for that too. That's what's sad about our today's society. That he, a legend, can do all that shit, and then yet, all of a sudden, his sexual orientation will make him, they forget. That's kind of like how some people will just keep focused at Michael Jackson's music from touching kids. Yeah, but he gave us Thriller, but yet he also touched kids, mentally and physically. Not all abuse is physical abuse, people. That's what a lot of people don't get. Like, when I mental abuse my daughter, I try to make her mentally tough. That's a joke. I don't mentally abuse my daughter. She yells at me. She mostly mental abuses me all the time. But that's the one thing I remember watching. And I was watching Back to the Pacers again, Oh, man, I loved watching Michael Jordan, too, when he played against us and shit. Like, that was one of my favorite playoff series. I should say Chicago versus Indiana. Or, no, I would say New York is probably my favorite. Watching Spike Lee and Reggie Miller go at it. Oh, that was entertaining. That was entertainment at its best. Because I remember Rick Smits, the Dunking Dutchman, what's his name? Was Travis Best on that team yet? No, I think Travis Best was on the Jermaine O'Neal and Ron Artest team. What's his name? From New York, too. God damn, I can't think his name. Mark. Whatever. Anyway, I remember watching Reggie Miller just, take on Davis brothers, Antonio and Dale Davis. Can't forget those guys. But I remember Reggie Miller, hitting those threes in 9 seconds. I remember hearing on the radio because we're on vacation, and my dad liked to listen to the Pacers and stuff on the radio and stuff. Pacers, Colts, and back then, like, games didn't sell out and shit for like Colts games and shit like that. Like, you have to listen to them on the radio, like 98.5, or just find an AM station. And they, I remember driving. Just got back to Indiana because I remember listening to that in the famous not Rick Smith, the Patrick Ewing shot in, I think it was 94 playoffs, where he had the chance to win the game, Patrick Ewing, and he's dribbling it and he's going down the lane towards the goal, and he's wide open. He's wide open, but since he's been, he's old at that time. Michael Jordan already destroyed his career. That's another thing about LeBron and Michael Jordan. Let me get back to that for a second. Michael Jordan didn't let no one else on his time become famous. Like Charles Barkley. They're good players in their own rights, but they didn't get no fucking rings. Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, Gary Payton, all them. He made sure they didn't become, get 3 rings or 2 rings or even 1 ring. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the killer. But anyway, back on that. And I remember listening to on the radio, or Patrick Ewing, he's dribbling and stuff, and he just comes up, and he's wide open. And he jumped a little too early, because, if he was like early in the game, he would have, just dunked it. Just crazy shit. But since his knees were old during that time, he dribbled, he goes down the lane, he's coming up, and he does a little finger roll. And as soon as he finger rolls it, it hits the back of the rim and it comes out. Like, I remember listening to that on the radio. And I love listening to Reggie Miller too, when he made those 9 points in 9 seconds, or I can't remember how it was. It was crazy. Like, listening to the radio, because they have like a feed from the stadium as well. So you're hearing the announcer and you're hearing the crowd just going fucking ape shit. I love that shit. It was the Madison Square Arena, the MSA, that I remember watching the Pacers play against Michael Jordan, against the New York Knicks. Like I said, my aunt, she was a good Pacers fan. We watched at her house. We go to their games and shit. I love it. I love watching the Pacers get the Pacer blue. I haven't took Lilith yet, but she has been now it's called Gamebridge. Yeah, Gamebridge Fieldhouse now. She's been there already for wrestling, but she hasn't been there for any sports, any basketball or anything yet. But yeah, since the Pacers won, now we're going to go up and we're going to fucking dominate the New York Knicks. Speaking of, because we beat the Bucks, and the number 3 seed. Now we're going, I think New York was like number 2, I think. I don't know what seed number 2 New York is. I think they're number 2. But it's gonna be tough, man. But man, I think that's gonna go game 7. I think that's gonna go all the way to game 7. I think, if not, Pacers win in 6. I think we'll win the final one on their home court. You know what I'm saying? That's how Tyrese Halliburton, he's gonna go home. He's gonna leave it up so pretty, so pretty. But yeah, I love that. That shit's funny. Speaking of funny, I went to Cooper's Pub right there and on Sycamore Street. That place was awesome. I love Cooper's Pub. I had the Maui Wowie. No, they spelled it differently. I think someone's dyslexic on that menu, because they put Wowie Maui Burger. And I was like, don't you mean Maui Wowie? Is it a Wowie Maui? And she's like, I don't give a shit. Just what do you want? I was like, take the Maui Wowie. It was decent, but I didn't taste no pineapple. Like, there was no sweetness. I think they used pineapple sauce. I don't think they even used the real pineapple, because I was pretty stoned. And I remember it was like, okay, where's the pineapple at? I remember the bacon, and I remember the burger, and the bread was good. I remember that the bread was really good. But yeah, I love Cooper's Pub though, man. It's like, but man, I had some baby mama drama as soon as I'm getting ready to go on, man. And I don't want to get into it too much, but I had to leave. I had to hurry and get home and unlock some shit for Leah, because she's stupid. And man, I was like, she has the perfect timing, man. I swear to God. And like, I already got roasted, by Sean D, where I'm trying to, I was trying to be, like not heckle him, but I was trying to placate with Sean, and Sean just destroyed me. I was like, oh, God damn it. Go, damn, he's so good. I don't want to do no roast with Sean. Sean would, I'll just end up getting sad and crying and running away, because Sean D would destroy me. Sean destroyed me. Sean destroyed me. That's funny. But, yeah, I like, because I had this one joke I wanted to work out on, where I was trying to say, lesbians don't get credit for inventing the mullet because they had to cut their bangs from eating sloppy pussy because the hair on hair was too much. That they couldn't, something like that. I was working on shit like that, but I don't know. I wanted to try it out, but there was like hardly anybody there. But Matt said a lot of people showed up when I left. Of course, it's always when I leave, man. It's always when I leave. You know what I mean? It's always when I leave. And you should have hung out, man. That old Dave Chappelle. I love that Skanks for the Memories. That's pretty good. And yeah, every Thursday, man. Like come out 8 p.m. every Thursday. Tip your waitress. I know they got good food. Last time I had the food there, I had the Maui Wowie. I've had the Ranchero. It was pretty good. Tater tots, the loaded tots. I always get the loaded tots. I'm a sucker. Like, give me a loaded tots and some of that spicy ranch. Psh, I'm good with Jack and Coke. Wash it down with some Jack and Cokes. That's what I'm doing. Because when I'm doing stand up, I don't know. Like, before I do it, I don't want to get too much grease in my stomach. Because ironically, you forget shit if I get full. I get complacent. But if I get hungry, I don't forget shit. It's weird. Like if I get really high and I'm hungry, I'm like, boom, 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 all cylinders, shit like that. And it's kind of like throwing a basketball at my head, like the Pacer did, or the Milwaukee Bucks guy did to the fan. I thought that was pretty funny. And hold on, let me check this camera to make sure it's still recording real quick, okay? Yeah, we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. We're still good. Thank God, baby. Hey, baby, I'm the boy. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, every Thursday, Cooper's Pub. And speaking of Netflix, Cobra Kai. They just announced there's 6 and final season coming up. Which I'm a fan of Cobra Kai. I've been watching Cobra Kai since YouTube Red, like when they started doing that. And because that was the whole reason I signed. And I'm still on, now it's called YouTube Premium, but I've been on that ever since. I've never canceled it. And because I remember Courtney, Matt's girlfriend, she went to sign up for YouTube Premium. And it was like $7 more a month than what I was doing. I'm only paying like $8.99, I think it was. And she's like, how in the hell did you get that? And I'm like, I grandfathered in YouTube Red, because I signed up with Cobra Kai. And I remember it was only being, I think it was like only like 7 when I signed up, and they raised it from then. And I was like, okay, shit. And I think now it's like a $10.99 now. I think they raised it even again, 10 or 11. But still, she's paying for like, it was a crazy amount. And I'm like, I just love YouTube Red, and that's my shit. And I remember they got in trouble because it was like a porn, RedTube is porn on the line, and it was people were confusing YouTube Red and RedTube. So I don't know what the fucking idiots, but I thought that was pretty funny. And God damn it, Jared, quit calling me. I'm live right now. I need to get my live fucking recording in progress. But yeah, I can't wait to see fucking Cobra Kai. I watched every season. The first 2 seasons were amazing. I mean, it's very good writing. They bled into each other. It didn't get too much. Miguel, you kind of like felt for him when he, that's not till later, but no spoiler alert. But the second season, oh man, like Johnny was the man. Because I remember it was a while ago. It was on YouTube, where it's a good video. You have to look it up. It's what is it called? God damn it, not Johnny. Ralph Macchio. What's his name? Daniel LaRusso. It says that Daniel LaRusso is the real bad guy in Karate Kid. And you're like, huh? And then you click on it, and it shows you, it's like a bio, kind of like how like Making a Murderer did on Netflix, where they just showed one bias side of the murder, which is ironic because they don't release all the other stuff. So they were doing some shit, and they edited it so it's perfectly. We're like, Daniel LaRusso like was hanging out with the girlfriend, because definitely he did steal his girlfriend. Like, he's like first day there, and he's already jumping on. They just had a little fight, and he comes in and sweeps her off their feet. Some kid from California. Yeah, I fucking love it. But it showed you that, like, Daniel LaRusso is not the best that is cracked up to be. And they released a date finally, and 15 episodes. Which I'm gonna watch every single one of them. But the problem is, though, you can't binge it now, because now they're releasing it in like 3 different parts. So it's like they're gonna release it July in 2024, which is coming up here soon, May, June, July, and then they're gonna release the rest of it, or not rest of it, the second part in November. So you get August, September, October. So you get a 90-day break, which ain't too bad. Then they do the second part in November 2024. And then I heard they're shooting the Karate Kid movie, the new movie with Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio combined. And that's going to come out in 2025. So then they said they're going to release the third part of Cobra Kai to coincide with the Karate Kid movie. And I'm like, wow, that is fucking brilliant marketing. I'm telling you, man, Netflix, well, technically it's not Netflix. They bought the rights to it. So whoever is in charge of the Cobra, isn't it Will Smith? Doesn't Will Smith own the Karate Kid? But then, so Will Smith owns Cobra Kai. Strike first, strike hard, hit Chris Rock. What? No way. So if it wasn't for Will Smith, or if it wasn't for Cobra Kai, Will Smith wouldn't have hit Chris Rock. Huh. Weird. But no, yeah, because I know Will Smith bought rights because he did, when he redid the movie with Jackie Chan, and now he's doing the movie with Ralph Macchio with Jackie Chan. So that means enhance. Will Smith owns Karate Kid and Cobra Kai, so he's getting money off of this. Huh. I didn't know that. I like Will Smith, man, but he just, man, you let that bitch tell you to do back and everything, man. You gotta think for yourself, Will. Well, it's not his fault. He's drunk on the dead babies, stem cells that the elite like to make him drink. But yeah, and what else are they gonna do? It's coincide with the new Karate Kid movie. That's just gonna be insane. I wonder if they're gonna do any backstory with Jackie Chan's character, with Mr. Miyagi at all, because he was Hong Kong, Jackie Chan's character, and Mr. Miyagi was Okinawa, which I love, man. I'm telling you, that Cobra Kai, when he brings back him in Okinawa, that shit was cool as fuck. I love you. The second Karate Kid, that was one of my favorite ones. Yeah, I would say second Karate Kid and the third Rocky. Like, those are my 2 favorite. I don't know why I just threw that in there, but I love that part. And man, go watch that internet video. I'm telling you, like, it makes you enjoy Cobra Kai even better, because that's what it felt like. It felt like the YouTube show that they started on YouTube Red picked up right where the YouTube video got viral from. Of Daniel LaRusso being the real asshole, and it even played on that too, because like Daniel LaRusso was still living in the past. Like living off that same kick. He's selling fucking auto, vehicles and shit. Being a rich asshole. Which I love. And Johnny's just a struggling, hero. Which even at the end, man, he redeemed himself at the end. He said, "You're all right, LaRusso," and LaRusso still treated him like shit. But Johnny didn't know about this. When he went to Okinawa and almost got murdered and shit. Third one, I liked Silver. Silver was the best part in the third one. Which there's also a movie called John Carpenter's Vampires, which is that same actor guy that played Silver. He plays Lestat in the vampire movie, that John Carpenter's Vampires, which is a good movie, but the book is even better. It's called Vampires, and with the S, with the $sign for the S. It's called Vampires, not John Carpenter's Vampires. And it goes more into detail of how murdering people or murdering vampires is more business, like a corporation and stuff. It's a real good book. And yeah, so I can't wait to see that Karate Kid movie. That's going to be the shit. I can't wait for that. What else on Netflix? Oh, yeah, the Mike Tyson fight's going to come up. I'm telling you, man, Netflix is killing it. I should have bought stock in Netflix like years ago, man. 'Cause I remember my sister just renting little shitty DVDs from there, and her even mentioning stock options. I don't even know what that is, MSRP. What the fuck? And I'm like, that is crazy. But yeah, as everything goes, it draws to an end. You guys have a good weekend, and I will see you motherfuckers again next Sunday at 7 p.m. This is Messy Gravis. I am the host that loves to keep it gross again. And stay tuned, like and subscribe. And I fucking love you guys. Peace.